YouTube. It's Sunday, and you know what Sunday means for the kid? That's right, it's radio day. Welcome to my first ever radio vlog. I've been doing radio for so long, and for some reason I just haven't ever decided to vlog it. So today I am vlogging it. So I'm on my way to the show. We've got 3 big interviews coming today. We've got Kojey Radical, we've got Kaya, and we've got a special guest coming who I'm not gonna announce. So yeah, watch this space. So watch this space. Oh, we're here in the studio. For those who don't know, this is my co-host. Shout out. This is the founder of LDN RBS. Gang signs, isn't it? No, kept it. November 10th, we live. Make sure you lock in. If you haven't locked in already, lock into Pulse 88. We are with you until 6 p.m. LDS RBN. RBN.
Basically, this is now my show.
This is your show.
Can you like?
Nah. How can you? This is my vlog. You can't come in and take over. What's wrong with you?
What's your opinion?
Make sure you lock in.
Me drop senseless, every girl a go on bad. Girl in uni say she wants study man. Boy them a talk but them can't worry man, cause a girl them thing with the pan. So me tell you about the girlie and the friend. She said yeah, cause you're so different. Girl me love your body magnificent.
LDN RBS on a weekend. We are joined by none other than man like Kojey Radical. He's in the building. He's about to jump on air.
LDN RBS. We have another special guest in the building. Triple special guest. Kojey Radical. Let's give him a clap out here.
This is me. I'm here.
Hey.
In the flesh. Hi everyone.
Hey,
Hey.
Mr.
Are you well?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Long overdue, but we're really, really happy to have you here, man.
Thank you.
100%.
How you doing?
I'm alright. Do you know what I mean? Tired, but good.
Yeah.
It's
I can
been-
imagine you are tired. Have you even come off the road yet?
Kind of. Technically not. I just came from go-karting.
Oh.
That sounds. Yeah. I hear that.
But it's because I never really get
Did
time
you win?
off. No.
You didn't. I can tell that kind of hurt you.
Yeah.
Didn't.
No.
No.
But it's fine.
No.
I never really get time off. So when I get time off, you can ask Jasper. We do the most random.
What kind of random things are you guys up to? Tell me.
Like I would suggest anything.
Jasper kind of smiled when I said it too. So he was like, "We do loads."
Yeah.
You don't even want to know.
I'll literally suggest anything. I'll be like, I got time off.
Yeah.
Let's go climb rocks.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go karting.
Climb rocks.
Let's go laser tag.
Yeah.
Let's go to a spa.
Yeah.
Let's go wherever. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember that day? That was a good time.
I love it.
I called him that morning. Was like, "Do you want to go to a spa?" He was like, "What, today?" I goes, "Yeah, like a couple hours."
Crazy.
But
I can imagine you need that, I know. But, you know, for those who don't know who you are, and I'd be very surprised if you don't, because, you know, you've been...
Made a lot of noise.
Yeah, been continuously making noise, and obviously you've made your print. But for those who may not have come across you before, give us a little introduction of yourself.
hello, hi. How you doing? I'm Kojey Radical, artist, poet, creative director, person of artistic interest in some way. Who cares? Who knows? I do good stuff with sound. And when I make sounds, they sound good, and people listen to those sounds, and somehow gave me a music career. That's been going all right so far. If you haven't tuned in, there's many a highlights, many a collaborations, many a lows. Do you know what I mean? You got to take the highs with the lows. I feel like this right now is a perfect time to jump in. If you're unfamiliar, it's like being midway through season 2, but like with enough backstory so you can go back at season 1 and not feel like you're too far behind for season 3, because this is where it's about to get great. So
and that, people, was the best intro of self on LDN RBS of all time.
Literally the best intro. Like,
and if
can
you're
we
not
make
a fan
some
of,
noise for the intro?
literally straight up, literally just give it up. Let's give it up.
With the intro.
Now, as always, I've always got my own little annoying tie story of what I think of an artist, of what I've seen in the past. Love Intervention was the first time that I came across you.
That's with Ray Black.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Like, I was on the train and then it just came on. Someone kept on saying to me, you need to listen to this person, you need to listen to this person.
That's wild.
Put it on my headphones, heard Love Intervention, the vibe, the energy. I was a fan from then.
Thank you.
Now, tell me where early on, I want to know, because I'm pretty sure we asked a lot of artists this, but you in particular, I want to know, what was you like growing up? Like, what was your creative energy like?
I've always had creative energy. I was drawing and painting from when I was like 4 years old. So music was the last artistic endeavor that I ever dabbled in. I was way more interested in art, painting, illustration. I went to uni for illustration and creative direction. So like that was definitely going to be was going to be my main bread and butter. Strangely enough, even though I make music now, I make more money from my art now that I make music than I did just as an artist. But I just was a bit like into everything. I danced, I acted, I'd take pictures, I'd do whatever, because I think when you're young, you're trying to find the space for your ideas in a world where everybody kind of tells you no, or that they're not good enough, or puts a cap on them because of your age, and you're not necessarily.
Was you told
sure.
no a lot of times?
Probably.
Yeah.
I didn't ask.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't ask to be told no.
So what did you do in a situation where you wanted something?
I just did it.
Okay.
Then it was done. And by that time, she said no. That's your personal problem.
Yeah.
I done it. So like we did everything. We would make videos. I was doing spoken word performances. I would try and make clothes. I would do everything that I could possibly do.
Wow.
So I did it.
How did you find the time to do it all?
Made it. I've got the same amount of hours in a day as Beyonce.
Yeah. No, it's true. That's realism. And you can see how much you care and how passionate I should say you are about your art, even from your album covers. Like if we were to talk Cashmere Tears, I mean,
because if someone didn't know you and didn't hear it, they'd be like, oh, what's this? What is like his face?
I wanted it to be as polar opposite.
Clearly.
It's crazy.
Was you I'm guessing you weren't scared of any reaction that the outside world would get.
I don't care. I don't care about many things. But the cover for Cashmere Tears, so basically with all the singles, I commissioned an artist called Shayna McCoy. She's American, amazing fine oil kind of painter, and she does these portraits where they're very textured, but she removes all the facial features from almost like family portraits. And I wanted to do something that kind of carried on that theme, but made it more visceral, made it more real. So it was like, okay, well, let's make it like an oil painting, but let's get liquid silicone and just delete all my facial features with like liquid silicone until I'm not there no more, and just to see what kind of texture it creates. And then we played with the set. The set was based on this artistic movement called Vanitas. So there's symbolisms within Vanitas that's basically about the futility of pleasure, the certainty of death, and like acceptance of life. So the position, the pose, and all of that kind of stuff is meant to symbolize all of those the triplet of the kind of Vanitas. Because for me, that was what I was experiencing, and what I was kind of the main checkpoints of what I was realizing in life is that pleasure is great, but ultimately it can be futile. We are going to die, and that's fine.
True indeed.
And then with most things in life, you have to accept it and just keep it moving.
Cashmere
I know, honestly.
See people that didn't even know Kojey Radical right now, be like, okay, I'm gonna hear that album.
Do you know what I mean?
Literally,
the sounds of many keyboards are clicking away, searching and googling.
But let's talk the project itself, because I think obviously I got to hear a couple of tracks of it at your listening party, which was a shutdown.
It was a vibe,
It was an absolute vibe. And even at the at your listening party, you could see your creative output. Like I loved how you had like all the pictures at the sides of like I've just never been to a listening party that's just like portrayed that way.
Big up Nisi.
That was crazy. I mean,
and Marsha.
Did you kind of sit down and think, right, I want my listening party to be?
No,
it was a bit like an art show, a little bit.
Interesting.
What happened is I was so stressed and sad and concerned and worried and anxious that I let my wonderful team, I said to them, this is the one day where I don't want to think about anything. So let me arrive, and it is what it is. So I was just as surprised as you. I walked in, I was like, oh my God, people love me. I'm loved, my family and my friends care. This is such a nice feeling. And I just wanted to be around people, because I think the last couple projects I dropped, I was younger, more inexperienced. I didn't necessarily. I put a lot of weight and pressure on myself, which was unnecessary, instead of just enjoying the process. So the idea of releasing a project always came with this worry and this anxiety and this nervousness, and I just didn't want that this time. I felt like I've overcome a lot personally in life, and achieved so much that I don't really ever celebrate. I just keep going. Do you know what I mean? So for that one day, it was like, yeah, let's enjoy this. And then I went on tour. So that night, the launch party night, the project came out, and then the next day I went on tour, and then I've been on tour since.
You're just securing the bag.
I'm trying to.
Your work rate is
I'm eating.
inspiring. No, it's good. It's good. And I wanted to talk on a very important aspect that I took from your listening party, and that was the fact that you spoke a bit about your mental health.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really powerful. And obviously, it being Mental Health Awareness Week/Day, I think as an artist, you know, with such a platform that you have, I think is very inspiring that you do talk about your mental health. And
thank you.
I guess what gave you the confidence and what gave you the motivation to think and just want to be honest and transparent with your fans?
I don't really know how to do anything other than be honest when it comes to making things and creating art and representing something. So I think at the time it was just one of them ones where it's like, I'll either go out there and pretend or I just tell the truth. And I think because of the quality that I put into the work, people don't rush me. So I don't think people saw the 2 years as anything. They was just like, oh, he'll drop another one when he's ready. But for me, every second was like someone burning my feet with hot coal. And I was like, plus life was going on. I lost my best friend. I was in debt. I was just losing friends in terms of like the relationships left, right and centre. I wasn't really speaking to my family as much. It was just a heavy time. And then all of that was multiplied by this voice almost in your head that confirms that everything sucks. And do you know what I mean? It's like, it sucks. Now come be sad with me. And it's just like, just in there with the time. And I think sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes everybody has those days. I think it's part of that whole acceptance part of life. Do you know what I mean? It's like, not every day is going to be great. Not every day is going to be bad. And when you got time to make something, and it's not even just like a song or like piece of content, but like make something as in somebody else's day, or make a moment, or make a memory, or make something. I just keep that in the forefront.
I am fascinated because I don't know, I feel like I wanted to express this too. Seems like in this industry too, there's only a few artists that I feel like the industry genuinely are behind. You're one of them.
You reckon?
100%.
Really?
In my opinion. When I say the industry, what I really mean, I mean the people that actually consume. I'm not going to say the industry. But I'm going to say people that consume music and consume fanism, I guess. There's a lot of people behind you. Do you realise that? Or do you feel like that? Even that? It doesn't seem like you do.
Yes. Yes.
Talk to us.
I spend a lot of time in my head, so
as we do.
The modesty.
So I feel like there's always been support, and I've always appreciated the support. I think anybody that knows me or supports my music and makes an effort to talk to me knows I talk back all the time. I'm never like a distant person in terms of somebody that you can reach reach out to or not reach out to. I think I'm starting to see things that maybe in other people's career were a big norm, but for me at this point are big achievements. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying it now. I'm loving it. I'm like, more of it.
You want to bring it on?
Love.
How many mini me's do I have to create before you know you're great? For me, it would be wrong if I didn't bring it up. Tell me what your thinking was when you said that.
You know what I was thinking. You know what I'm on. You know what I'm about. What was basically, boom, this is how I feel.
Talk to us.
Man came in the game as a poet at a time where there were a bunch of poets. There was almost like a hierarchy. Just what I'm saying. I think I always considered people like George the Poet at the top, and Sully Breaks and Nego True and all that kind of stuff. And I think to differentiate myself from them, because I respected them so much, I never wanted to be. You know when you like, I hate the word idolize, but you know when you hold people to high regard, it's very easy to imitate them. So I didn't want to be like anybody else. So I was like, let me just
You could see
my
that.
thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So I made my thing, and my thing was too weird for everybody, which is fine. So I had to go the other way. So I made my own little pathway. And then now where different is good, it's like, here's a poster child for different. Let's hail him up for that. But like, let's not actually bring him in the way we brought in other people. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's just clap for him because he's different, and then we'll bring in who we want to bring in. Do you see what I'm saying? So I had to fight for it all, and then you start to see your influence. I enjoy it. I love it. Please make more of me. And and I just thought to myself, well, if there are people of similar sounds, sonic and aesthetic, help me up.
True indeed.
Just help me up.
It's crazy. And I think another important thing about yourself is obviously it's the mark you have, and I guess it's the way you express yourself. You stay true to you, like even from the way you dress, the way your sound, everything. There's a lot of people in this industry, a lot of artists that mold themselves to fit what society wants, where you don't do that.
Can't bothered.
And I think that's really powerful to people who look up to you.
Thank you.
So that they can follow the same way.
That's my like one thing for everybody is be yourself.
Yeah.
It's way easier.
And you do that well.
Yeah. I mean, I do it all right. I think in
again with the more don't be silly.
well, I do it all right in a sense where if people really knew what I was like, I'd probably be ostracized and thrown away because I'm just terrible. My friends know I'm terrible.
That's what makes you great. If you're terrible, come on now.
I'm awful. I'm flaky. I'm inconsistent.
You're a human being.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you're a
terrible.
human.
What is that about?
True indeed, actually. I agree.
Shame on you.
Human beings.
Yuck.
Shame on you.
Literally.
Shame on you.
Oh, tooey. But I try, and I encourage people to be themselves, because especially if you want to get into making or creating or making music or art or film or acting or whatever for a living, there's a point where the pressure starts to dictate what you should be or how you should sound or how you should move, and it don't really work being somebody else, because what happens when you have to be yourself and you freeze up or something you said or something you've done encourages somebody else to do something that you don't really even believe in? Just silly then, isn't it, really?
It's crazy. I want to talk a bit about your life, because obviously you've been in this game for a while, and if we were to talk 97, would you say 97 was track that
my first runaway hit? Water was. Water was my. If you're talking about hit Kojey songs, because I don't like, they weren't the hits, they weren't like top of the charts, but it was top of people's hearts. You get me?
Which is
top of the hearts. But
they put your name on the map.
Yeah, no, they did. Water opened the door. 97 confirmed it.
And how was that for you as an artist, can I ask? Because obviously you're just starting out in the game, and then people are like, what was the response you received, especially on both of those particular tracks?
How much do you care?
I care. I care in a sense where when Water came out, Water wasn't like immediately a song everybody was like, oh my god. People really liked it, but it wasn't. There wasn't like a boom. Like nothing booms for me. Mine's always like a gradual growth, which I love, because like even now on the way here we was reading some tweets and it was like oh, Kojey just dropped and they're talking about Cashmere Tears, and it's been, what is it today, the 13th? It's officially been a month. It's been 1 month to today. And
fast.
Yeah, exactly. But people, even in that month, life moves at such a speed that they might not have caught it yet. Do you get me? So you kind of got to give it time. So Water, we gave it time. I think what happened with Water, it was out for a bit. It was getting love, like radio playlistings. That was gravy. FIFA picks it up for
Very
FIFA 19.
sick.
No.
Very
What was
sick
that
moment.
like? How did that feel?
Very sick.
Felt good. I don't play FIFA.
I play FIFA and I hear you all the time.
Yeah. I heard, like, I ain't even got the game. I've never heard it on the game.
You need to buy it.
Yeah,
man,
I
come
play
on.
like Gears of War and
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, give me some love for
Trust
Tekken.
me, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Bad up
involved,
Tekken.
but it's okay.
Bad up Tekken right
Literally.
now.
You were like on 100 to me, now you're on like 101.5.
That's calm. I can live with that.
And then Top Boy.
And then Top Boy was If Only. So
Yeah.
Water and If Only came out at a similar time. But If Only was like my banger. Like if I went to shows and I came out and it was like that went off.
Is that your DJ? Play
Yeah,
If
play that.
Only.
Yeah, run that one.
the
And
one.
then
Run
everyone-
If
Trust
Only.
me.
and then everyone loses their nuts. And it's great.
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to say as well is you're a mosh pit connoisseur, you know.
Yeah, I do.
Every time, and even Jasper's laughing because Jasper knows.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen a Kojey Radical show, let's talk Ends Fest, right?
Oh, yeah?
Your performance at Ends Fest.
Yeah.
Mosh pit connoisseur, mate.
And that was a quiet festival.
Exactly. So what?
It's more about understanding the nuances of a mosh pit. You don't want to force it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of people come in onto the stage and they've got these big dreams in their head. They've envisioned it as they're going to come out and they're going to open their eyes and everybody's jumping up and down.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Take your time.
It's a dance. It's like you got to lead it up. You got to get there. It's an energy thing. So by the time you got there, you don't need to even ask them. They want to. They're gagging for it.
Yeah.
They need a good one.
They're asking for it.
They're asking for it. And what you do, you just quietly and politely say, move out the way.
There we go.
Everyone disperse. And people that you wouldn't even expect to see in a mosh pit go, do you know what, today's the day.
My
This is
first
me.
mosh pit.
This is me. And then it happens. And what's cool about it is that you're not jumping up and down to a song that's like violent or scary in any way. It's good. It's a vibe.
True
It's
indeed.
actually a vibe. So you're just vibing really. And then a couple of those, a couple of sing-alongs. Do you know what? It's very hard to explain my live experience because it's the best one that ever existed.
Hey, love
Talk that talk.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Is Kojey Radical got one of the best live shows in this country?
in the UK, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's before they've really given me put on a big show budget. That's just vibes.
What does Kojey Radical want to achieve?
I want simple things. I want a house. I want a beautiful wife, maybe 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl, and 1 accident.
Kojey, can you not? I'm not going to say
said
boy
one
and girl.
accident.
Just it might not go that way. It
Well,
could
that's what I'm
be-
saying.
Yeah.
That's why the accident's like a toss-up.
Yeah,
Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, you can.
Crazy.
Little birthday situation. We've all been there.
yeah.
But can we talk Cashmere Tears anyway? Can we
Madness.
talk music? Because Cashmere Tears, the project itself.
Yeah.
Now, you obviously said at your launch party that you took a break.
Yeah.
Had to recuperate, get back to yourself, and then boom, you're back.
I'm back.
Cashmere Tears.
Yep.
What's the backstory behind that?
All right, so I
Can
dropped.
I just say I love Cashmere Tears, the name, by the way. It's,
Thank you.
100%.
It's some of
It's a
these sort
vibe.
of stuff, right?
It's a
Yeah.
vibe. It sticks with you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sorry, continue.
Alright, boom. In God's Body, 2017. It comes out. Like almost immediately afterwards, my manager at the time just leaves, walks away. I slowly then now have to take over the role of being my own manager. So in the process of doing that, the industry opens up to me, and I see just how much was done wrong. Places where things weren't handled properly kind of just left me in bad amounts of debt. I didn't even know people that I had signed contracts with by face. I didn't know them.
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying? Things like that.
Wow.
And I think that was the first trigger, because I think at that point it was like I had been in music for, I think 3 years or 4 years at that point. It might have been 3 years.
Yeah.
About 3 years at that point. And like to give your life to something for 3 years anyway, and to find that behind the scenes it's been handled diabolically, almost feels like you've wasted 3 years and set yourself back 3 years in achieving a goal that's more or less impossible anyway. So that was always in the back of my mind. And then my relationship with a lot of my friends started to become kind of shaky, because obviously we all came in this thing together. We all made this thing together.
100%.
So everyone felt this personal attachment to what Kojey Radical was. And with that, it was like when things was done or things was handled in a way that they didn't understand, it was my fault, rather than it being like, I don't understand the game either, people.
Yeah.
I'm just going along with it. So then that was happening. So then that created a distance. Then I go away. Obviously, I'm touring with the same people that I don't like. The management team, everyone. I'm just surrounded by them all the time.
Yeah.
So every time I get back and my friends aren't there, I'm like, well, who have I got? Then the one person that I did have gets murdered. And then it's like, right, wow, okay.
man.
Keep going. So then now it's like you're struggling with the industry stuff, personal, friends, family, relationships. You lose somebody, there's a lot of insecurities that come with even putting yourself into something like music, because you're constantly putting yourself on a stage where you're allowed to be judged. So all of that just kind of like just decapitated me when it comes to making music. I couldn't do it. Or when I did do it, I didn't believe in any of the songs. So when I made What, I didn't like it. When I made 97, I didn't like it. When I made If Only, I didn't like it.
Wow.
It wasn't. There weren't songs like.
They're like some of your biggest tracks.
Yeah, madness.
Crazy.
But they weren't like, oh my god. I was just like, next, cool, bring me another tune.
Yeah.
So, boom. I've managed to get new management or whatever. They've been great. And then I got my sister working with me. My sister is my main assistant and part of my management team, and that was the main pivotal point. I always give a lot of hail up and praise to my sister, because her involvement almost brought the rest of my family, and like my family all supported me, but like in terms of feeling like a family business and feeling like everybody around me in the family wants me to win, and like my sister for me was probably one of the main catalysts. And that's not to say that my family didn't, they all supported from the jump, but like all of a sudden, like my brother's handling my merch, my sister's my assistant, my other sister's organising whole like community-led like assemblies for me, so all the people that I went to youth club with can come and hail it up and be involved in the music and stuff like that. My mum's she just backs it, really. Do you see what I'm saying? So
oh, bless. Big up Mumsy.
Big up Mumsy. So once I kind of got out of that headspace, I felt like I was ready to make music again. And I just signed my deal with Atlantic. Got a crazy bag.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. Like I'm not like big up Atlantic. Big up everything. They gave me the big bag. The bag is sweet. It's healthy. I never try and make signing like this congratulation point, because that's not where the work stops, it's where it starts. So anybody that's in music and gets to a point where they're ready to sign or whatever, take your time. I took 5 years to even get close to a point where I would entertain a conversation about a signature, let alone sign something. But we signed a deal, X amount of albums, whatever. It wasn't like I haven't got hella long. I'm not like on some like crazy 10 album deal. Man's sweet, like I can do my hat trick and bounce.
That's good.
But I kept saying not sure if I'm ready to make a project. I'm not ready to make an album. Let me go make an album, and then let's just not call it the album. So I took my favorite producers, people that I worked with and really connected with and like held me down: KZ, Swindle, Q, Sakari, Mike Keys, Femi on drums, like loads of people. But it was mainly Swindle, KZ, and Q. We went up to Kent for about, I think the project in total took about 19 days. And then once it was done, it was done.
Wow.
So we did, so it took 2 years to get to a point where I could make it and 19 days to make. And then once it was made, we took it back, played it to the label once, and then they greenlit it and was like, do what you want.
Now it's here.
And before Pulse kick us out of here too, because we've jumped just over time. Kojey Radical, the G, literally, thank you for coming down. Let's give him a clap out here.
Part 2 on the way after you stop touring, because you know that you're out on tour right now.
We definitely need to be
and for those who don't know, Kojey Radical is on tour, so make sure you get all tickets.
Yeah, for sure. We
and
just
you're
announced
supporting Daniel, aren't you?
Yeah. We just announced my UK tour. London, we're doing Roundhouse. I think within 24 hours we had sold 80% of the building, so like there's not that much left. Sick. It's like 3,000 people together would like 80% in, be the last 20%. Go get your tickets now. I'm also hitting the road with Daniel Caesar next week.
Amazing.
Doing Germany and Switzerland and somewhere else, and then I'm going on a very long holiday. But listen, I've been Kojey Radical.
Kojey Radical. LD and LBS, let's go.
This is North. And we've just finished the show.
Hello.
And Kojey was on the show.
Hi.
And Kojey did a really good interview.
It was good.
And he did a fucking great introduction.
Oh, it was amazing. You should hear it.
Yeah, I think you definitely need to check it out. I mean, when it comes to introductions on air, I think you've definitely got the best.
I topped it.
You did top it.
I just
You
keep
did
it
top
real.
it. And for those who don't know,
GC.
that's what you got to do. KJ.
Nah,
Keeping it okay. And for those who don't know as well, he's going on tour with Daniel Caesar. And he's got his own tour.
My own tour, Roundhouse 2020, April 2nd. Get your tickets. It's lit.
And if you don't have them, then you're missing out, really.
You're missing out, really.
And if you haven't listened to Cashmere Tears, then what are they doing?
Out. You're doing it wrong. Everything in life.
Just tell
life
them.
Sucks.
Just doing it wrong, mate. Just doing it wrong, mate.
Just doing it wrong.
Just doing it